Hey everybody, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Dr. Angel Storm and I'm the founder of Ashes to Beauty Ministries, and today I want to talk to you about 8 simple steps that you can start doing today to help protect yourself from narcissists that are in your life currently. I have a video that already helps you go over how to protect yourself from narcissists in the future, which you can find right here, but if you want to know how to protect yourself from the narcissists in your life, this is going to be an in-depth video, so grab your pen and paper and let's get started. So hopefully in your process of dealing with a narcissist, you've come to the realization you're dealing with one, and you realize that some things in your life have got to change. Like you need some boundaries. Hopefully you've started to implement those. You figured out your boundary system. And if you need a little help getting started with that, you can check out this free chapter of my course on growing in trust, where I teach you exactly how to set up boundaries and what this should look like in your life. You can get that free chapter by clicking on the link below in my description. And also, developing a personal mission statement can also help you stay on track with predetermined choices and understanding if the choices that you're making day to day, those small little decisions, are ultimately leading you to the place you want to go. If you don't have vision for your life, you're not going to ever get there. You're going to go nowhere with that kind of attitude, with that kind of mentality. And when you're making so many choices every single day, you know, really understanding that every single one compounds on each other and that they build up to make huge impacts. So the small choices, the everyday choices that you make every day are the most important ones. If you are faithful in making good choices with the small decisions, you're going to be well prepared when you need to make big choices that will have huge and lasting consequences. If you need help crafting a personal mission statement, I have a link to my Instagram story where I help you do just that in the description of this video as well. Sticking to boundaries, having predetermined choices, knowing how you're going to respond to certain situations ahead of time will really take a lot of the pressure off of you. So when you're going through narcissistic abuse, if you're separating from the narcissist or you're trying to rebuild, regardless of what phase you're really in terms of your healing and moving on, you're going to need to have predetermined choices already made ahead of time. This will allow you the space that you need emotionally, mentally, financially, physically, all of it, to recover, to heal, to rebuild. You don't need to spend time agonizing over every single text message, email, court filing, or whatever else the narcissist is doing in your life, because you've already decided in your heart how you're going to respond. And so instead of having an emotional response to every single thing that the narcissist does, you're going to know how to handle it. And again, this will help you find a lot more emotional stability. It will help you come off of a trauma bond and ultimately serve you in rebuilding your life and building a new life for yourself after narcissism. Number 2, as much as possible, ignore the narcissist. There are going to be times when you do need to respond to the narcissist and you need to take a firm stance on that, and it needs to be immediate and quick and swift and all of that. However, narcissists are ultimately after attention. When they have your attention, they control your time. They can use that to control your emotions. They can even control your finances with that. They control your energy and where you focus that energy and the outcome of that energy. So they can emotionally bankrupt you simply by holding and grasping onto your attention. Take away the attention from the narcissist and you've taken away all of those other effects. So really learning how to ignore the narcissist and to stop feeding him with your attention is really going to help you in the process of protecting yourself. You're not giving him the thing that he craves the most, your attention, which is ultimately led to control and power and manipulation by the narcissist. And that leads into number 3, which is do not feed the narcissist. Stop feeding him. Don't give him reasons to use your behavior, regardless of what kind of accusations or what he's doing already right now. Don't let your behavior correspond to that false image that he's painting of you. So having those predetermined choices is really going to help you with this. Again, it's not just about how you emotionally respond, but how you physically respond. What are your behaviors and patterns of behavior telling the narcissist? And is it enough for him to make a case for whatever accusation he wants to paint about you? By learning how to bring your emotional state under control, your mental state under control will lead to you having control over your physical body, the way that you respond and react to whatever that it is he is doing. You won't feed him. Number 4 is to remind yourself of who you are. You need to have a firm foundation in your identity, your purpose, your calling in life, and who you are apart from all of those things. Like at your core, what are your values? What are your personal characteristics. What are you here to bring into the world? First of all, you need to know that for yourself, but second of all, you need to remind yourself of those things. So you need to have a system for that. Whether this is you write it down and you review it every morning and every night, you put it on note cards throughout your house or on your dash of your car, or whatever is going to work for you. You set up reminders on your phone. Doesn't matter. You need to have a system that is going to work for you about reinforcing your true identity and coming out of agreement with the identity that the narcissist has tried to get you to believe that you are. Number 5 is that if you're going to communicate with a narcissist, set boundaries for yourself about how you're going to communicate. So this will include the timing of when you are going to check his messages. You do not need to be on call, at his beck and call, whenever the narcissist wants to talk to you. No, you need to have those boundaries set for yourself. You need to stick to them your own self, and you need to not just react when the narcissist sends you things. So if you can't think of how to respond to this message, but something about it is making you uncomfortable, tell the narcissist you'll get back to him on Tuesday at such and such time. I'll get back to you by 4 p.m. on Tuesday. And that's it. You don't need to explain, oh, I need to think about it, I need to do this and that. If you need to know more about canned responses to the narcissist, you can check out this video. There's links in the description to other resources, to additional material that can really help you in forming these canned responses. And again, the purpose of doing all of this stuff is to create space between you and the narcissist so that you're not constantly sucked into his vortex of crazy. You need to separate yourself from that, and by creating these large boundaries, that will give you space to not only distance yourself from him, but reconnect to who you truly are and start establishing your new life in that true identity. Number 6 is, if possible, go no contact. I am a firm believer in doing this. I believe in doing no contact. If at all possible, go no contact with the narcissist. If you do not need to communicate with him, do not. If you are in a position where you can walk away, you don't have children, you're not married, whatever, get out of that relationship and go no contact. You, again, need to have a plan in place for how you will do this. So a lot of times it cannot just be a decision, I'm not going to contact him. That sounds like a good plan and it sounds thorough enough, but it isn't. You have to realize everything that you've been through. You've been with a narcissist, so you need to understand how your body is reacting. You need to understand what a trauma bond is and how to break it. That is going to require you support to kind of walk away and to have no contact. This includes no stalking him on his social media pages and all of that kind of stuff that people tend to do because you just want to see, like, did any justice ever happen here? You know, what ended up happening? Even with like the purest intentions, don't look at his social media pages. That's part of no contact. Leaving no door open for him to contact you and you to contact him. You need to truly go no contact. You need to be bold about this decision and follow through. Number 7 is to trust your instincts. I know for my situation, if I had just trusted in my natural instinct, none of the stuff that I had to go through with the narcissist would have ever happened. I knew from the beginning that he was just not a good person, yet I was blinded by all of that because I had my own plan in place and like what I thought could happen and what I wished would happen, and I just thought that if I wanted it bad enough, it would just happen. Believe who people tell you they are in the first place. So learn from this experience that you've gone through. Pay attention to those gut instincts and not just like, oh yeah, I remember one time, you know, thinking this or that. Like, pay attention to your gut instincts about everything right now. Write them down, track them. When are they right? When have they not been right? You need to learn how to utilize who you are. Nearly every video that I've done, I talk about how everything that you need to walk out life successfully is already inside of you. It's not so much about getting information and getting knowledge. It's about learning the stuff that's already in you, how to allow that to come up and come out of you and to apply it to your life. So what does that actually look like in practical life for you, for your situation, for the things that you need to learn? Life is going to keep putting you in position to learn that lesson and to learn how to do this method of drawing out the answer from inside of you. And until you learn that, you're going to continue to face the same situation over and over and over. So just learn it the first time. Be intentional about learning the lesson that you need to learn from this situation with the narcissist so that you can pass your next test and move on with the next phase of your life. And number 8 is to be realistic in what is happening. And again, I have a whole video on learning about journaling and how this can help your memories and heal your memories through this method. And I encourage you to go check out that video if you haven't seen it already. Being able to spot out truth in a sea of lies is an absolute must in any situation that you're going to have in life, especially if you've already been in a relationship with a narcissist. You're more likely to attract that spirit back into your life again, and you really need to be able to know what is happening and how to get a good handle on what the realistic picture is. And I talk about using journaling or tracking methods to help you do this. If you have a running timeline of things that are happening and occurring in your life, gaslighting and other tactics of the narcissist are going to have a lot less chance and opportunity to really set in and take over your memory, to take over confidence in yourself and your decisions and your gut instincts and all of the things that follow through with that. So if you can learn how to look at things from the perspective of this is actually what's happening, I can remove myself emotionally from the situation, I can forget about what happened yesterday, I can have an actual perspective of, no, I know that this has been occurring and that this is the timeline of when these things have been occurring and how I've been reacting to these things. You're going to be able to make a better decision about what you need to do today. So again, not allowing your emotions or your idea of what you would like to have happen influence what needs to happen and what is the right thing to do in these types of situations. I know this video is about 8 things, but I want to give you one more, and that is to ultimately not become the thing that you hate. So it's very easy to justify your actions and your view on life about being bitter, about being revengeful, and all of these things, and not probably anybody would blame you, except that you have now perpetuated the cycle. You have become the thing that you hated the entire time that you've been dealing with narcissistic abuse. And that's a real thing that absolutely occurs, and unfortunately it occurs a lot. I work with people all of the time who have actually become the thing that they hate, and they've allowed the lies that the narcissist had fed them to grow into full-on trees, and they've been eating the fruit of that ever since they got into the relationship with the narcissist. So please be aware of who you are, of who you want to be, of where you are in that process, and how you can take small steps every day to become closer to the person that you ultimately want to be, the legacy that you want to leave for your children and your children's children. If you like this video, this is actually part of the 3rd chapter in my Life After Narcissism course, and you can find all of those videos for free on my YouTube channel in the playlist called Life After Narcissism course. And there's a PDF, there's a manual that goes along with it, so if you want to get that, it's $8. It's on my website. You find all of that and the links to all of this stuff in the description of this video below. I hope this video has helped you. Again, I'm Dr. Angel Storm. I'm the founder of Ashes to Beauty Ministries, and if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to my channel and turn on the notification, the little bell, so that you are notified whenever I upload a new video to this channel.